Jim Allenby starred with both bat and ball to put Glamorgan into their first major final in 13 years after they sent Hampshire to a rare defeat at the Ageas Bowl in the Yorkshire Bank 40 semi-final. Jimmy Adams won the toss and inserted on a used pitch which, as it turned out, was nothing like the belter used for the recent international T20 match. Still, the Glamorgan openers Gareth Rees and Mark Wallace were able to find some early boundaries in opening up with a 30-run stand in the first 6.5 overs. The signs that forcing the pace on this pitch were not going to be easy can be shown in the way that Wallace was dismissed, as he tried to hit Sohail Tanvir over the top, but fed Chris Wood instead. The first 3 quarters of the Glamorgan innings was just like that. Just as a decent stand began to be developed, a batsman would get out, and the next to do that was Rees, who on 25 nicked Wood behind at 60 for 2 in over number 15. The rate was increased over the next 6 overs, in which Chris Cook and Allenby put on 39 runs to lay a platform for the second half of the innings. By now, Glamorgan would have known what kind of target they would be wanting to set, and it certainly was not going to be a huge one, so every struck boundary was important. The introduction of Danny Briggs into the attack saw the end of Cook, who'd made 37 when he was trapped in front by the left-arm spinner, the ball after he'd hit the first 6 of the match. Now the Welshmen had 2 of their more experienced players at the crease in Allenby and Murray Goodwin, and typically they worked the ball round well with the occasional flourish thrown in, one boundary coming off and over almost all of the time, as the score pushed on to 150 in the 32nd over. Goodwin then scooped Sohail Tanvir to Liam Dawson to go for 27, a wicket which brought in Ben Wright, whose sprightly innings was to make a real difference. He immediately started to change the tone of this game, at first by planting Briggs over long on for 6, and then taking 18 off 4 balls from Wood in the 37th over, including a second maximum. Allenby passed his 50 off 61 balls, an innings including only 4 fours, but he then more than doubled that tally in the last 3 overs of the innings. With Wright by his side, Allenby put on 84 runs in the last 8 overs to really push the total up to a very challenging one. Allenby ended on a 71 ball 74 and Wright 47 off just 28, as the visitors finished with 234 for 4 from their 40 overs. Hampshire would have fancied their chances of chasing that down. They were unbeaten at their home ground in this season's competition, and they'd been successful in 7 out of 8 chases in the group stages. Missing Michael Carberry was not ideal, he's with England, but James Vince and Michael Roberts made a steady start. They were pegged back by Allenby, whose very tight 8-over spell cost only 18 runs and included the wickets of Vince, who was bowled, and Roberts, who was caught by Cook at deep square with a score on 49 for 2 after 11. That became 73 for 3 after 18 when Neil Mackenzie was crucially run out, and the run rate started to grow, becoming nearly 10 per over by the time that Adams took the batting power play in the 28th over. Sean Irvine then tried to get on with it as Adams reached his 50 off 73 deliveries. He really needed to be pressing on as he made it to 59 off 83, but he then gave Michael Hogan the first of his 4 wickets with the Corton bowled. Irvine had no choice to go for it now, just as our camera slipped out of position. You can at least see the delight on Hogan's face when Irvine holed out for 54, leaving the rest to find 52 more runs off the final 4 overs. They didn't get close. Adam Wheater sliced Graham Wagg to Dean Kosker, while Dawson gave Hogan his 3rd wicket. And it was 4 for the Aussie when Wood was bowled off the last ball, with Hampshire still 32 runs away from their target. They ended on 203 for 8, with Hogan taking 4 for 51 to add to his reputation. He and Allenby have been superb all summer, and so it was only fitting that they had a major impact in this semi-final. Glamorgan won it by 31 runs, and now wait to see if Nottinghamshire or Somerset will be the side they'll be meeting in the Lord's final on September the 21st.